In this video, we're going to explain everything you need to know to travel to the Swiss lakes. The most complete video you'll watch today about this destination, covering Geneva, Lucerne, Interlaken, Lugano, and the best transport tips. So let's get started. Switzerland is famous for its giant Alps, but it's the water that gives the country its color. The Swiss lakes are the soul of the landscape. There are over 1,500 lakes, from the giant, turquoise-colored ones in the valleys to the small, emerald-green alpine lakes. It's a destination that mixes the French Riviera charm of Geneva, the Italian Caribbean feel of Lugano, and the medieval beauty of Lucerne. But before we talk about the destinations, let's get to the most important logistics. When is the best time to visit the Swiss lakes? This is a summer destination. To enjoy the lakes, you need warm weather. The best time by far is the summer, from June to September. This is when the days are long, with light past 9 p.m. All the steamship boat routes are operating. The water is, somewhat, warm enough to swim, and the lakeside towns are vibrant. Spring, in May, is beautiful, but many mountain passes and some boat routes may still be closed. Fall, in October, is lovely with the colors, but the days are shorter and colder. Winter, from November to March, is the wrong time for this itinerary. The boats stop running, and the lakes lose their color. And how many days to stay in Switzerland? The country is small, but the train and boat journeys are slow. They are an experience. The number one mistake is trying to see everything. For a lake-focused itinerary, you can't rush. To do the classic route, combining Lake Geneva, Lake Lucerne, and the Interlaken lakes, the bare minimum we recommend is 10 days. If you want to include the Italian part, like Lake Lugano, the ideal is 14 days. Mandatory documentation. To enter Switzerland, which is part of the European Schengen area, you need two things. First, a valid passport with at least 3 months of validity after your departure date. Many nationalities do not need a visa to stay for up to 90 days as tourists. And second, travel insurance. Travel insurance in Europe is mandatory under the Schengen Treaty, with a minimum coverage of 30,000 euros. They can ask for proof of your insurance at immigration. We never travel without it. And in the link in the description, there's the comparator we use that always finds the insurance at half the price. And be aware, soon, an electronic travel authorization called ETIAS will also be mandatory for many nationalities, so check on that before you travel. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. You'll be close to all these tourist spots. Switzerland is very expensive, so location is key. The first option is to stay in the big cities, like Geneva or Zurich. The pro is the logistic of arrival and departure. You have more museums and restaurants. The con is that you'll be far from the Alpine Switzerland, and they are the most expensive cities. Staying in Zurich, for example, puts you a 1-hour train ride from Lucerne. The second option, our favorite, is to stay in the lakeside-based towns, like Lucerne. Lucerne is, in our opinion, the perfect base. The pro is that it's the most beautiful city in Switzerland. It's super central, and it's the starting point for the best boat and mountain trips. You can walk everywhere. The con is that it's very touristy and expensive. The third option is Interlaken. Interlaken itself is not pretty. It's a transit town. The pro is purely logistical. It's perfectly positioned between the two lakes, Thun and Brienz, and it's the gateway to the Jungfrau Alps. You are a 20-minute train ride from Grindelwald. The fourth option is the Swiss Riviera, like Montreux or Lausanne, on Lake Geneva. The pro is the Mediterranean vibe, the great weather, and the proximity to the vineyards. The con is that it's on the far west, far from the rest of the country. We created this custom map, which explains exactly which is the best region in each of these areas. If you stay in Lucerne, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here, on the QR code, on the screen, and in the video description. We created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location, at the lowest prices. We'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. In every destination, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located, and another that's a bit nicer, in the same location, but a little more expensive. They are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The good hotels with a lake view in Lucerne or Montreux sell out many months in advance. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips, and that have everything much cheaper: international travel eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all the attractions we mentioned, the good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, the car rental comparator, and the global account to carry Swiss francs paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them. So save this page to your favorites and use it when planning. It will make your trip much easier and save you a lot of money. Now let's talk about transportation. How to get around Switzerland. Here is the most important tip of all. Switzerland is not a country for cars. The best way by far to travel is by train. The Swiss train system, the SBB, is the best in the world. Punctual, clean, and connects absolutely everything. The reason not to rent a car is the cost and inconvenience. Parking in cities like Geneva, Lucerne, and Zurich is a nightmare and extremely expensive, costing over 40 Swiss francs per day. And most importantly, the best way to see the lakes is by boat, and the boats don't transport cars. The answer for transport in Switzerland is the Swiss Travel Pass. It's a train pass that you buy for a fixed number of days, like 3, 4, 8, or 15 days. It gives you unlimited travel on all public trains, buses, and, most importantly, all public boats in the country. This includes the historic steamships on Lake Geneva, Lake Lucerne, Lake Thun, and Lake Brienz. It is expensive. An 8-day pass costs about 480 Swiss francs, but it pays for itself with the boat trips alone. For those renting, the most important tip is to book in advance online using a price comparator. It's always much cheaper. We'll leave the link to the comparator we use in the description. Now, for the main regions and attractions, the first region is Lake Geneva, or Lac Léman. It's the largest lake in Switzerland, on the border with France. The #1 attraction is the city of Geneva. The main site is the Jet d'Eau, a giant water jet 140 meters high. The logistic: walk the waterfront. It's free. The second attraction is the Chillon Castle in Montreux. It's the most famous castle in Switzerland, built on a rocky island. The logistic: take a boat from Montreux, free with Swiss Pass, or the 201 bus. The entrance costs about 15 francs, but it is also free for those with the Swiss Travel Pass. The third attraction is the Lavaux Vineyards, a UNESCO World Heritage Site of terraced vineyards between Lausanne and Montreux. The second region is Lake Lucerne, or Vierwaldstätter See. This is the heart of Switzerland. The fourth attraction is the city of Lucerne itself. The main site is the Kapellbrücke, or Chapel Bridge. It's the covered wooden bridge from the 14th century. The logistic: walk the center. It's free. The fifth attraction is the steamboat cruise. The boat trip is the attraction. The logistic: take the boat from the main pier, opposite the train station. The most beautiful route goes from Lucerne to Flüelen. It's a 3-hour journey on a historic steamship, which is free with the Swiss Travel Pass. The sixth attraction is Mount Rigi. It's the queen of the mountains. The logistic is perfect. Take the boat from Lucerne to Witznau. In Witznau, take the red cogwheel train up the mountain. Come down the other side by cable car. This entire circuit is 100% free with the Swiss Travel Pass. The third region is the lakes of Interlaken, Thun, and Brienz. The seventh attraction is Lake Brienz. It's the most turquoise-colored lake. The logistic: take the boat from Interlaken Ost Pier. The boat trip is free with the Swiss Pass. Stop at the village of Isoltwald or the Giesbach waterfalls. The eighth attraction is Lake Thun. It's the neighboring lake, famous for the castles on its shores. The logistic: take the boat from Interlaken West Pier. The trip to the city of Thun is beautiful. The fourth region is the Italian lakes in Ticino. The ninth attraction is Lake Lugano. The climate changes here. It feels like Italy. The city of Lugano has palm trees. The attraction is to walk the promenade and go up the mountains, like Monte San Salvatore. The funicular costs about 30 francs. The 10th attraction is Lake Maggiore, home to the towns of Locarno and Ascona. It's the lowest point in Switzerland, with the warmest climate. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive, and the most famous tourist spots like the Swiss Travel Pass must be bought online. Mountain trains like Jungfraujoch are not fully included, but the Swiss Pass gives you a big discount. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the video description to the site where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Tickets for the Swiss Travel Pass for 8 or 15 days, passes for Mount Pilatus, and tickets for the Transport Museum. All at the best price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. Let's talk shopping. Switzerland is synonymous with 3 things: watches, chocolate, and Swiss Army knives. For luxury watches, like Rolex and Omega, the main street is the Bahnhofstrasse in Zurich, or the shops in Geneva and Lucerne. For chocolates, look for Lindt and Springly stores. In Zurich, visit the Lindt Home of Chocolate Museum. The ticket costs 15 Swiss francs. For knives, look for the official Victorinox stores. And the tax-free tip. The tax in Switzerland, VAT, is 7.7%. You can request a refund on purchases over 300 Swiss francs. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you're enjoying it, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It helps us a lot. Speaking of gastronomy, Swiss food is much more than cheese, but cheese is the star. You have to try fondue, a pot of melted cheeses. The second is raclette, melted cheese scraped onto boiled potatoes. And the third is rosti, a fried pancake of grated potatoes. On the lakes, you should also try the fresh fish, like perch. For restaurant suggestions, starting with the cheap ones, The cheapest option is to eat at the Coop or Migros supermarkets. A sandwich costs 8 francs. A hot meal costs 15 francs. In Zurich, for a cheap and classic option, go to Stern & Grill. It's famous for its bratwurst sausage. It costs about 10 Swiss francs. For a mid-range experience, go to Fondue House du Pont in Lucerne. It's a classic place to eat a good fondue. Expect to spend about 40 to 50 francs per person. And for luxury in Montreux, go to Le Deck by Bon Rivage. It has a Michelin star and an incredible view of Lake Geneva. The executive lunch menu costs about 80 francs. And how much does it cost to eat in Switzerland? It's one of the most expensive countries in the world. Prepare your wallet. A full Big Mac combo costs 15 Swiss francs. A beer in a bar costs 8 francs. A coffee costs 5 francs. A simple lunch at a restaurant costs 30 to 40 francs. A full dinner at a mid-range restaurant will be around 80 to 100 francs per person. And the tip? Service is already included in the bill. Tipping is not mandatory, but it's kind to round up the amount. What about nightlife? The nightlife in the lake towns is very quiet. The liveliest nightlife is in the big cities. In Zurich, the Langstrasse district is where the modern clubs and bars are. In Geneva, the Carouge district has a more bohemian nightlife. In Montreux, the big event is the Montreux Jazz Festival, which happens every July. Traveling with kids? Switzerland is perhaps the best destination in the world for children. They will love the train and boat trips. In Lucerne, the Swiss Museum of Transport is incredible. It's a giant, interactive museum. The ticket costs about 38 francs, but it's free with the Swiss Travel Pass. The Chillon Castle in Montreux looks like a Disney castle. Combining your trip, Switzerland is in the heart of Europe. From Geneva, you can take the high-speed train, and in 3 hours, you're in Paris, France. From Lugano, you take a train, and in 1.5 hours, you're in Milan, Italy. And from Zurich, you take a train, and in 3 hours, you're in Munich, Germany. If you liked the video, like and subscribe to our channel to always travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much, and have a great trip.